Okay, sorry for the angle here, but it's very interesting because everybody wants to know when Moshiach is coming, what's happening in life. And the answer is very, very simple. Life has to be seen as a story. Every story has a beginning, has a middle, and it has an end. The beginning of the story begins with nothing physical at all. It begins with God himself, who has no body, if you want to call it, just has a soul. And his soul desires basically everything good. He wants to, God, past, present, future is like equal. He sees us. It's like even a parent wants to have a child. Now, it's just the image of your child. And so the story is that you existed in God's image, and this pleasure that he received from you and from the good that you will do, just like any parent, we desire the child and we desire to have nachas, the pleasure of the greatness of the child. So this is what caused God to create the world. And in his desire, he obviously, like any good parent, would want your child to have freedom of choice. You would want your child to actually make good decisions on their own, because if you made the decisions, it wasn't basically them, it was you. So there was a story once that the Rebbe wanted somebody to grow a beard, so he said to somebody to tell him. So the person told him afterwards. The person came back to the Rebbe. So the Rebbe said, "What did you say?" He said, "Well, I said that the Rebbe said that you should grow a beard." And he said, "What did you say? What did he say?" He said, "Well, if the Rebbe says, then I'll do it. I wouldn't do it on my own." So the Rebbe said, "That's not what I wanted. I wanted him to choose to grow a beard. I already have a beard. Now he's growing my beard." In other words, God wanted that each and every one of us should choose to do the right thing. And that's why the world had to be in a perfect balance of good and evil. The good is obviously the Bible, the Torah, the great sages that lead us, the prophets, etc. And the evil is obviously the opposite of the Torah, cruelty and the sadistic, narcissistic people that paint a picture of being cool, but they're really cruel. People like Obama, who's literally caused the death of at least 1 million people in Syria and all these different places. So they paint this picture of being cool, but really they're just cruel. And that's why in the very beginning of time it says that when God made the world, he made light and darkness. Light is the deeds of the righteous, the good people, and darkness is the deeds of the wicked people. And we are very, very sensitive. Therefore, all the movies about mafia and this and that, because even though their deeds are wicked, there's a part of us that says, "Oh, wow, they look cool." No, they're not cool. They're cruel, and they all end up dead and in hell. And so this is basically the story. And we're in the final moments of the story, because now we've seen, certainly with this horrific, heinous attack of Hamas, how debased these Arab terrorists and many in Islam are. And therefore we're seeing good and evil, and those that support it basically are also narcissistic people. They also are not compassionate. Those that support Israel, because Israel, as Einstein said, the Germans couldn't be against the Jews come from a race, because Jews come from all races. So what are they supporting? They're supporting, as he said, the social justice, the compassion, which is in the hearts of all Jews. That's the trait of the Jewish people, compassionate. And so to conclude, we are going to see the revelation just as God took the Jewish people out of Egypt. He's going to bring the entire world to Israel. He's going to show the whole world in a miraculous way. It's going to happen soon. And so now is the time that we want to really improve ourselves to the extent that when we see God literally eye to eye, we will actually be proud of who we are.